Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update and video for Monday, October the 21st. And we'll start with the S&P. We had a kind of very unusual day today. If you look at the chart here, I mean, we opened, pulled back a little bit, and then we just kind of grinded here all day. And we had super light volume today. It was very bizarre. I was tapping on the screen making sure everything was still working right. um, we just kind of drifted higher all day today. Not much happened. We did have vols come down a little bit. The VIX now is around 14, which the VIX has come down quite a good bit over the last 2-3 weeks, from a high of about 22, all the way back down. So that's what you would expect with the move that we have had over the last, say, well, let's just say 20 days. There's 28.55 all the way up to 3008, and we closed today on the SPX at 3007. And as you can see, always important to look at where your volatility is. As you can see right here and here, the vols were about 22, and right now they're at 13.96. So that's a pretty big vol crush that's happening. And the reason that's important is it helps you determine which types of trades you're going to use, whether you're buying premium or selling premium, and what you expect the market to do. But let's look at the S&P and go out a little bit further, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. I have been, and normally, if you guys remember, normally I do the nightly videos on Wednesday night. I'm swapping out with Danielle this week. She's got some other stuff to do, preparing for a class, timing mastery class, Fibonacci class tomorrow. I'll show you guys the link for that in a second, because that's going to really be cool. But let's look and see what we've got here on the S&P. We are Once again, we are pushing this all-time high right here. We had 3027, and this is SPX, not the ES. They're fairly similar, but so we had approached it there. New all-time high here. Almost touched it here. Got close here. We're getting closer here, and we've been just driving higher. And if you've been watching the videos I've been doing the last several weeks, I've been saying we're going to come back up here. It's just a matter of time. For the last three, no, this will be the third week in a row that I'm actually trying to do an end of the week trade up here. The last 2 weeks I have tried, and we've gotten close, and it's been okay. To try to do something up here at the all-time high. It just hasn't worked out, and I think we get there this week. Now, a lot's going to depend on what happens with earnings. So we think about the big picture, what's going on. There is some economic data coming out, but we've got Fed meeting next week. I don't think anything too crazy probably is going to happen, ahead of the Fed meeting, and most likely earnings are going to probably be okay, and probably continue to take us higher into next week. So again, I'm looking for, let me zoom in here. I'm looking for getting to. I don't know if we get through, but I think we get to the all-time high this week, and that's the way that I'm positioning again. Now, that being said, look at this chart here, and this is from Carolyn's work on the ES 120-minute chart, and we have got timing for a high. We're coming into timing right here for a high. You see that 3016 and then 3029. That's the ES, which corresponds to the 3027, essentially on the SPX. So basically, what this is saying is that we do have a lot of support here under it, but there is a pretty decent chance that either here or here we're likely to pull back. Right now, again, let's keep everything in perspective. It depends on earnings. So we have got, starting tomorrow, we've got McDonald's reports before the open tomorrow. We have got Lockheed Martin. We've got UPS, big market movers. We've got Procter and Gamble. we've got on Wednesday, we've got Boeing. Boeing's the number one component of the Dow, number one weighted component of the Dow. McDonald's is number 5, I believe. So these all can move the market. Then we got Amazon, on Thursday. So a lot's going to be going on this week. So far, again, we just had this slow grind up tomorrow, and I think that's the calm before the storm. I think tomorrow, we'll probably even know before the open when the earnings come out from, McDonald's and the others. And I expect that at least McDonald's, I'm looking for a bullish trade at there. But again, we may get some whipsaws and things moving around, this week. So definitely prepare for that. So again, looking for higher movement into Friday, most likely. That's the way that I'm going to play it once we get up there to the all-time high again, or if we get through it. Now there's some levels on the other side, 3050, for example. There is a little micro, or there's a snow line, or excuse me, a sky line up here above it on the voodoo line, and then 3050. So if we get through this, it can open the door to some higher highs, but I will be doing the same thing that I've been doing and kind of placing some hedging on the downside for the possibility that we pull back. One thing I'm using is you guys know I always use a lot of Fibonacci work. I love Carolyn's work. Fibonacci work works really well, especially with the timing. And I wanted to mention this timing mastery class is tomorrow. Live trading is tomorrow here. The 22nd and 24th live trading. This is the one that's the November live in-person event that we're having in November. And this, if you want to get on this, you'll see this video tonight. You can still get into this, instant access here, and then live tradings tomorrow. And we all like the live trading anyway, right? Because that's where you make the money, hopefully. But you get to see the setups in action anyway. So check that out. It is simplertrading.com/mastery, and mastery right there. And this will be pretty cool. So with that, let me wind it up and wish you a pleasant evening. Try to check this out if you can. This week, remember in the morning, McDonald's before the open, Procter & Gamble, UPS, So there's going to be, I suspect we get some movement tomorrow. So wear your seatbelt this week is probably going to have a lot of movement. So with that, be careful out there, and I will see you at the next update. Take care.